And Miss Abrams?
Yes, Judge.
And felony drug court, they're full still?
Yikes, starting off with excuses already. But let's be real, judges hear family emergencies all the time. Question for you, do you think it's fair for defendants to bring personal struggles into legal arguments, or should the law stay cold and objective?
Judge, let me confirm the outcome for the argument.
So we're going to see what the outcome was for felony drug court. The last time felony drug court was full.
Yeah.
And that was previously recommended for him. And for me to recommend that, that means that there's some issues. So everyone wants you to be successful at probation, and you're not going to be successful if you don't get control of this drug issue. Yes?
I'm going to print out that.
All right, thank you. Because there's a recommendation for you to go to SATA.
There is, Judge. We wanted to address that.
All right.
Quick breakdown, felony drug court isn't just jail light. It's structured rehab with strict oversight, think mandatory treatment, constant check-ins, and zero room for slip-ups. And if they're saying no to him, that's a big red flag.
So it appears that the prosecutor in felony drug court did not want you in felony drug court. So they believe there are other issues. Also, they were full at the time. But felony drug court and the TAP evaluation is recommending inpatient treatment. They're recommending either you go to lifetime recovery or you go to SATA. And you wanted to address that?
Judge, we wanted to, he was placed on 5-6 years deferred, approximately 90 days. He had the TAP gun in custody, and he's been a reliable trustee. He worked 6 or 7 days trustee in jail. He wanted to have the opportunity for outpatient treatment, potentially, because his father's in Northeast Baptist Medical. He's 82 years old. He knows this information because he calls his father's cell phone, and family members have told him, what the situation is right now. His prior, he had one prior approximately, from the top of my head, 10 to 12 years ago, deferred, successfully completed it. So what we would like to do is to place him in an outpatient treatment program with any and all conditions to monitor to make sure he's not doing any drugs or anything like that. He assures me that he will do whatever the court wishes to do on that front. I also want to give him an opportunity to speak, to address the court.
So here's the thing. I'm reading the supplemental report, and it says that you're not in agreement with the recommendation because you don't feel you were given an adequate opportunity in court to be allowed to explain your circumstances. What is your results going to be? All right, so why didn't you just say that in the beginning?
I'm in trouble.
Well, no, I mean, here's the thing. I ask these questions, and the reason why I ask these questions normally is to see where you are in the phase of your sobriety. And so you're not sober at all. The AA meetings, the NA meetings that you're doing, you're not actively participating in them, because if you were, if you felt like you were going to use, that's when you use your tools, you pick up the phone and you call your sponsor or you go to an AA meeting, right? So what will you be positive for? And what else? Right. So how often are you using? Circumstances is the TAP evaluation. And the TAP evaluation is done by experts.
Hold up, did you catch that? He's basically admitting the evaluation wasn't honest because he was frustrated. That's like telling the IRS your tax forms were wrong because you were in a bad mood. Not the flex he thinks it is.
And they feel that you need inpatient treatment.
The TAP evaluation was done after I'd been incarcerated for about 20 days, and I'm not really someone that's been in jail before like that, so I feel like my answers were the fruits of my frustrations and just not really actually bearing the truth, so I mean,
No, here's the thing. When people do these treatments and they say, oh, I'm in inpatient treatment, or I've been without drugs for 20 days.
Yeah.
When you're a heavy drug user, the reason why you're not using drugs is because at the Bexar County Jail, I'm sure there are ways. However, you haven't found those ways, and you're on lockdown.
Understood. The thing is that like I really feel that these 3 months being in jail, I've like kind of opened my eyes and like really made me understand where I want to stand as far as like what's
But Judge Rennie says you've been on probation before, so haven't you always known where you should and did not want to be?
I admit I'm not perfect. I mean, I completed my probation. I feel like I'm a perfect candidate for probation because I completed it before. And I mean, I just feel that like an inpatient program would be more hurtful than helpful just because of the fact that my dad's in the hospital right now. Not into my truck's parked in the garage.
So let me ask you this. Why didn't you think about your father being 82 when you were getting ready to use?
I didn't think that I was going to be drunk this day, and I felt like I would be able to like be clean by the time. I know I'll be clean. I mean, can we just like give me 4 days to go see the?
No.
Okay, come on.
Before you committed offenses, and the perfect candidate for probation is some.
Notice the strategy here, he's pulling the sympathy card hard, sick dad, rough past, stable job. Classic courtroom play. But here's the twist, do you think life circumstances should outweigh repeated drug use when deciding probation?
One, if they were previously on probation and they really learned things, they would not have another probation after the fact.
It was my mom passed away, and it was a poor judgment, poor choices that I made. And
Now, see, here's the thing. People need to stop blaming their choices on outside actions.
Judge, I will say that prior was over a decade ago. So then he manages. I'm sorry. He manages commercial properties. He's got a full-time job as a. What's your full-time job?
I work at Newspapers and Education. I'm a community outreach coordinator. We call businesses trying to get them to donate to schools around the area.
So he's got a full-time job, Judge, waiting for him. You know, I know the court is not too sympathetic to that, but at the same time, with alternatives, if he were in outpatient treatment and he was tested bi-weekly or something like that, you know, I think that would assure the court that he's not doing any type of drugs. So
I'm always sympathetic and empathetic, but I still look at things objectively.
Judge, the last thing that's on my mind right now, like really, like I feel like if I can be with my father during this time of need, it would give me some like peace of mind. Because I mean, if I have to do an inpatient program and I can't be with him, it will really just send my life into a downward tailspin.
Well, and see, that just tells me you don't know how to cope with things in your life, because if something bad happens, that doesn't mean your life goes in a tailspin. Let me use drugs.
No.
Probation, what are you requesting?
Judge, based on the supplemental report that was submitted, the option one was to hold status in advance and for him to do intensive outpatient treatment, monthly UAs, and sober support meetings. I'm not opposed to that. I would say instead of having it monthly UAs, maybe we put them on the IVR hotline and intensive outpatient. And then sober support meetings daily for 60 days. With the understanding that if anything happens, any positives or anything comes up, then he would go into inpatient treatment.
No, if any positives or anything comes up, a motion to revoke is going to be filed.
He understands that, Judge.
All right, the court will alternate meeting conditions. It's going to be the IVR hotline until further notice, 90 sober support meetings, and 90 days in intensive outpatient treatment. Is there anything else you need from the court?
We thank the court.
All right, thank you. All right, and then, hi. Oh, I'm doing great.